Welcome back to the Serendipitous Crafter. Grace here, and welcome back to my channel. And we're on week 3 of the season of Return with hosted by Lottie's Magic Attic. And so yeah, on week 3, the 19th. And this week's prompt, and you probably have seen all of this already since I'm on the Thursday, but here the focus, it's called the holding. So using what you already have on hand. Create an ATC using supplies you already own, especially items you have been saving or holding on to. Work only with what is already within reach. Use thoughtfully, not excessively, and less restraint guide the process. Now, I'm finding it a little difficult with that one because I do have quite a few things on hand around me, but I think I'm just going to really make it simple. So this is the week 3 freebie, and it has this. This is the marks that we have here, and these are like kind of like buckets. So I'm using that, and I did find this piece of scrap of ribbon lace type of thing, and I had split it up, and I kept this piece, and I've had it for quite a while, and it was just laying here on my desk. So that's my piece of using what I have and kind of within reach is this. And of course, the ATC card, and I glued one of the pages from one of the kit, and everything's in the description box, so you can have a look. And and this prompt speaks to documenting and that sort of thing. And this is week 3's kind of storyline. And so I'm going to incorporate this in the overall, I don't know if you call that a tag holder. I'll call it an ATC holder. I haven't put it together yet, and maybe we'll do that today in this video. But we'll see. We'll see how far I can get. So let's start. So I'm starting, and so I already pasted this on the back, and I'm starting with that. And when I think about what's like what's been around, what's around you, and that sort of thing, I also think that it's aged and it's been there for a long time. And I was thinking I'm going to use one of these buckets, but I'm also going to use the florals that came with it. Now you'll notice I've pretty much inked them all up to look aged, and I feel like they're overgrown around this pot, and so they're growing wildly, and it's what's around, and they're aged looking and that sort of thing. I find it works, and I'm just going to add this little kind of ribbon lace on the bottom, just because I think. And then we have our little sentiment here, which says, what is kept shapes what remains. So I think it's a good analogy to life a bit. The things we keep is what kind of remains part of us, I feel. So a bit like documenting, right? What you keep, what you treasure, and hopefully it's what remains afterwards, or to be passed down from one generation to another, maybe, right? Okay, so we're just gonna, so I did this prep already, and I kind of thought about it, and it's kind of what I'm going with. So we'll get that glued down. And I think I'm going to use Eling's glue for this because I'm using, it's printed on cardstock. Not very thick cardstock, but it's thick enough. I don't want it to come up. And so I'm just kind of measuring a bit here. I want it to feel like the area is overgrown. I hope that you've been enjoying the series and following along with us, and heading over to Tracy's Facebook page and submitting your cards for a chance to win a prize. So all these details will be down in the description box. That. And I'll put that in. I just wanted to create some little bit of 3D effect in the sense of that this cauldron, if I want to call it a cauldron, is surrounded by wildflowers and overgrown wildflowers. Go. And this one, like right in front, little on the side. Kind of crafting on the fly a bit. I'm having not as much time I'm able to devote in the craft room, so doing the best we can here. And then we have and I think I'll put more than, I think I'll stack them up. I think that'll create some texture with it. And just kind of just place it as it, how it may fall. And I think I'll use my fabric tack for that. It's getting low on fabric tack. There we go. And I think a bit like crossover like that, maybe. Like that. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Maybe check. Now, I'm feeling something for the middle here. And maybe I'm thinking button, something that's laying around. So let's see. I have bells that are kind of laying around. I can hang off a bulb pin. That would be kind of interesting. I was thinking like a button or something. Thing is, I have stuff around here like from Christmas still. So, not really a going with what I have. I don't know, what does that look like? I'm not sure what that looks like. It looks like a bug. I'm not a bug person, so I don't know why that's there. Could be Halloween. Got numbers. I got these red buttons, green buttons. Let's see. Okay, so within reach so far. What did I mention? There's the bell. Let me see if I can. That's a bit shiny. That work? That'd be kind of interesting. That's what I got around. Let's do that. It has a little amber look, so it kind of goes well with the antique. Not antique, but old. Antique. There we go. I think I'm happy with that. And then my little verse on this side. This side I'm not going to put anything on it. And I'm going to cut this. Let's trim that. There we go. And I'm going to glue this. Now, I'm debating whether I should round the corners. I rounded the corners from my first one, but I'm not sure I want to do that because it has kind of straight lines from the sentiment, and I don't know. I think I'm going to keep it like that. So let's see what else I can kind of gather here. So I wanted to start putting together the, I guess the folio. I don't know what Tracy called it. So we got that. So that's week 3. And I'm planning to use these, like fold them up and put them in the pocket somewhere else so they have the story with it. So I'm working on that. And these extra pieces will be used throughout the little journal, the little folio thingy. Okay. And so here we have it. I already had like cut everything up, and now it's a matter of gluing it together. And I'm trying to remember how this goes together. Yeah, definitely have to do some folding. Like that. I think I'm going to do some folding, and I'll be right back with that. Okay, so I figured it out. So basically, you're taking one of the flaps, right? One of the pages. Just fold this over so it can kind of be out of your way, and you're going to paste it to the next one on the ruffle here, and then so that gets glued down there, and then you'll bring out your pocket to glue down here, and then you can keep doing that. So I've done it for the first one, so that's how I glued it here, and I already glued down my pocket. So I'll show you the next one. So here we're just going to bring this over here, right? Hold on. And this one's going to be glued to this one. Yes. And then I'm going to have to figure out what I'm doing with the other one, because I don't imagine, or I can glue this one here. You can actually glue it on either side and make this one over here, like that, and then glue the last one, because I'm only doing 4, and then glue the last one here. Like this, and then I think I would flip over on the other side. I didn't do too much contrast when I was printing. That's okay. It'll be okay. Now, I'm thinking this shape be nicer looking. I don't think it matters. Because I can do this on this one will look nice. So it would be something like that. And then something like that. So let's do that. So I'm just putting this over here so it's out of my way. And I'm going to put glue on this piece. And we'll just line it up with the fold. And that's a good idea to make your folds of your pockets and the creases so they're easily, you can easily, put everything into place like this. And then on the other side, we'll just check that. That looks good. So now I'm going to put some glue on these pockets, and these flaps. And there's quite a few of these pages in the kit. So if you want to do more cards or, use all the ephemera that's with the kit to decorate everything, you can by all means do that. I think I'm going to finish decorating and setting up this little folio off camera, and in week 4, which is next week, I'll come out with the finished look, I think, and figure out how I'm going to close it all together. Because I think it's intended to be like an accordion style thing. So I want to let things dry and get their crease. I don't think I creased this both sides, both ways. So just a little tip there. And then of course we have our last piece that I'm going to do the same thing. So this one I didn't crease it. That's okay. And if you don't have a scoreboard, you can just take a metal ruler is really good. This one's a metal ruler. It's a small one. And you can just use your bone folder and press hard, and you'll make yourself a crease that you need. It doesn't take much. That one I think I went a little too deep. And then they just fold a little easier. Oh, I dropped it. Here we go. Okay. And it's a little crooked. And then we're going to do our last one right here. And this one I already folded. We're good. Sometimes you see the kind of the paper gets a little kind of tear. Just put some ink on that. And sometimes when you use the bone folder like too hard on the when you're creasing it, it can cause it to tear. So gotta be a little careful with it. And put that like that. See if it folds. be too much issue. See, it kind of pushed it over a bit, but that's normal because of the pocket. Hope that's okay. There we go. And the other side. There we go, and this will be the other pocket. You can just keep this as a little, keepsake or little mementos that you want to during this season, during this month. March is very volatile, I'll say, where I am, weather-wise. It's been over a week that we get freezing rain and snow, then wind, then power outages. So it's been quite the month so far. Okay, and then I think I'm just gonna fold it onto itself. I think that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to glue it so that there's another pocket here. And there's all sorts of extra pockets too, because there's some spaces that don't have pockets and it'll fit right here, let's say. So I'm going to figure that out. So for now, I'm just going to finish this off here. And we'll be done for today's video. So I really hope you enjoyed that. Just hanging out and seeing my take on week 3. And there we go. And we have week 3. And I think, I wanted to print out a little week 3, labeling the ATCs. And so that can go neatly in a pocket. And that'll be really cute. Any pocket will do. Too bad the gem is being hidden. So maybe, and that makes me think that you can also take these pockets and flip them around and make it a top tuck. And if you don't want them to fall out, you don't have to use these gussets, because these gussets create like a larger opening. So if you just want perfectly flat so it can actually hold itself there, yeah, I think that's really, I think that's really cute like that. I kind of like that. So I might do that for this one because it has an embellishment on the bottom. Alrighty then. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and please like and subscribe and share and participate in the Facebook group with the others, and be sure to go check out everybody's video from the collaboration, and we'll see you next week. And let the serendipity find you in your crafting, as always. Bye.